Hi everyone, I'm your host Sheridan Nichols and welcome to Inside Bristol, and we are joined now with Sheriff Marshall. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And she is instrumental in our city. Bristol just wouldn't run the same without her involved. So we're sharing with everybody, so get your calendars out of an upcoming date that's really important.
That's right.
And we need everybody's help. So tell us about this date and why it's so important.
So November 2nd, which is a Thursday evening at 6 o'clock, we will be having a second community workshop for the Comprehensive Plan Project. We had our first one in July, and that one was really well attended. We had a good crowd come out and give us a lot of opinions and suggestions for the future of Bristol. So our second meeting will be here in just a couple weeks, the first Thursday in November, where we'll talk about what we've learned in the past couple months, what people have said in the past couple months, and then start translating that into some goals and strategies for the city.
Are there some things and some directions that you've already heard from community members from the July meeting that you're seeing as real prevalent and what the community is wanting?
Well, I mean, we definitely are hearing people say that they love downtown, they want more sidewalks, trails, they love the parks here. So those are a lot of the comments that we're receiving so far.
Yeah, well, the downtown is beautiful, and our parks too, so we're so lucky. But it is important that, you know, we all have a voice. Mm-hmm. And how does this help the city, you know, when we get a good turnout on November 2nd and on, you know, this is really our chance to speak up.
Absolutely. So, you know, this plan will be most useful if the community supports it, and the community needs to come out and tell us what they think, and that will ensure a more successful plan that once it's written, we can actually implement it.
So where is it on November 2nd?
So it's at the Slater Center in the auditorium at 6 o'clock. Should last no longer than 2 hours, so from 6 to 8 on November 2nd.
And what do you expect when you come in? Do you get like a survey, or you fill things out, or is it more of a Q&A?
It's a bit more of a discussion this time.
Oh, okay.
We had a big survey during the first meeting, but when folks come in, they'll just come to the auditorium. We have some consultants working with us, and they're out of Asheville, North Carolina. So they'll give a presentation, kind of like what's happened in the past couple months, summarize a couple things, and then talk about what they're seeing as far as goals and strategies that can be implemented. And then, of course, you know, check with the audience to say, do we have everything? Did we forget anything? Do you have any other ideas?
That's great. And is this really kind of a common practice now among cities?
It is. A lot of cities do this. A lot of cities are required to by law, and Tennessee is actually not one of the states where you're required to by law, so it's extra special that Bristol's taken on this effort. But it is something that cities do every 5 or 10 years or so.
Fantastic. Is there anything I'm missing that you want to add?
No, I think just if people will come out, that will be wonderful to the meeting on November 2nd. We do have an online mapping tool that's on the city's website, so if folks, well, if they can come to the meeting, that's great. If they can't, they can go online to the city's website and use that mapping tool to provide some input as well.
Fantastic. Well, Sheriff, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
with us today. Thanks for tuning in. Stay with us. We'll be right back.